What's up, blockchain, crypto kids, all my Fantom heads? How y'all doing today? Today I'm coming at you from Tomb Finance, the greatest comeback story in crypto of all time. It's just freaking amazing and it's awesome and I love it. And we're gonna go over it today, talk a little bit about Tomb and what it all is and why I think this is such a killer opportunity and why I'm loading the hell out of this thing. So, Tomb Finance is right now, as we speak, holding this, well, they're probably about done with it now, holding a big, giant convention for Fantom. And the guy who bought this out is a guy named Henry A., and he's a multi-billionaire. He's created a Lamborghini with Tomb on it and showed up at the festival, which is pretty cool. I mean, who doesn't like that? Let's take a look at that real quick, right there. Look at that beautiful thing. I'm not a Lamborghini type. I'd rather a big old monster truck to drive the damn thing over, but that's pretty damn cool. The Tomb Finance built right in there. Pretty awesome. And so Tomb Finance had dropped its peg, right? And generally when a Seigniorage project like this, which that means like a pegged project where they're trying to peg one coin to another coin and using different incentives and hand slaps and algorithms in order to make that happen, right? You know, different functions. And we had some different functions in here. We had one called the gatekeeper function that, you know, basically had some different fees and stuff in order to, you know, increasing fees to incentivize people to do the right thing and help the protocol, right? Well, that kind of got exploited and then they dropped the entire thing and the price unpegged and people got scared. People ran for the moons, but the platform and all that just kept pumping away and doing what it was supposed to do. But since it's lost its peg, it didn't, you know, pump out quite as much, you know, near the same way that it was. And so the team that was behind it sold this to one of the, you know, one of the biggest Fantom supporters out there. This guy Henry A. So he also just released in I think it's Dubai, might be Abu Dhabi. I think it's Abu Dhabi. One of the two. He just bought like 2 floors of the big giant building, and not for Tomb Finance, but I mean maybe part of that be for Tomb Finance, but for all of Fantom. And this guy is super bullish on Fantom. He's not the type to let anything fail. This guy's got madman money, and good to be involved with someone who is such a big Fantom believer and bought Tomb Finance, loves Tomb Finance. He plans to make Tomb basically a super peg, like wrapped Fantom, like that solid of a peg to Fantom. And you know, it's not something that's going to happen overnight, and in order to do this you need a big, you know, you need big treasury, you need deep pockets, and you could certainly make a lot of money doing this, and you could bring you know, it takes a lot of balls, but it's really cool. And the fact that it's over here on Fantom, it's Fantom specific, it's not on other chains. This is freaking, yeah, I think it's one of the coolest plays out there, and for me, it's a no-brainer. Their Telegram is off the hook, 12.1 thousand followers, and their Twitter. Their Telegram, on the other hand, you want to be a little careful. You can, you know, straight from the platform, you can go to the Telegram and get in there, but careful what you say. They're very famous for, like, kicking people out of the Telegram, and, you know, for me, it's just a place to gather information. All right, let's head over to Tomb and have a look. Tomb, the algorithmic token, serves as the backbone of a rapidly growing ecosystem aimed towards bringing liquidity and new use cases to the Opera network. That's Fantom. Protocol's underlying mechanism is dynamically adjusts Tomb's supply, pushing its price up or down relative to the price of Fantom, right? So it's always trying to stay pegged to Fantom. Inspired by the original idea behind Basis, as well as its predecessors, B-Dollar and Soup, Tomb Finance is a multi-token protocol which consists of the following 3 tokens: Tomb, Tomb shares, and Tomb bonds. So this Tomb right here, that's the one they're trying to peg to Fantom, right? And I like staking Tomb because you can get a lot higher rates on Tomb than you can on Fantom, and it's basically a stable coin. If anything, it's usually higher than Fantom, so you can usually sell it for more than Fantom. T-bonds, gonna skip over T-shares real quick. T-bonds is what's released when the price has gone awry, right? When it's not at peg anymore, then these T-bonds open up. Other than that, you can't even buy these T-bonds. Every time you buy a T-bond, it burns a Tomb. So you can buy T-bonds when the price of Tomb is lower than Fantom. You can buy these T-bonds, and that burns the Tomb, trying to bring the price back up. You can hold on to the T-bonds and get a little bit of extra incentive for the longer you hold them, which is cool because old projects like this, if you held the T-bond too long, it would just burn it and you lost it. But here, if you hold on to it, you actually get a little bit of extra incentives for holding it. So it's pretty neat, but they're extremely hard to get because the price has to be below, right? That's the only time you could ever get those. And it would be really neat if someone like create a liquidity pool or some sort of, because they're very rare, very hard to get. So when the price went down, if it dropped below Fantom, right, and it started pumping out T-bonds, and you could get a hold of those T-bonds, you might be able to, it would be interesting to have some sort of liquidity providing pair for that, but that's outside the scope of this video. So T-shares, that's the one that's where on these type of platforms, the money's baked in, right? Let me tell you this, there's only 70,000 of these T-shares. That's pretty crazy. And there's like 50,000 of them staked. Everyone wants to stake their T-shares. The ones that aren't staked, most of those are probably over in different protocols, right? Like your different auto compounders. And on Fantom, that's Grim, and then of course the big dog Reaper. And we'll go look at those in one second. What differentiates Tomb from other algorithmic coins? Unlike previous algorithmic coins, Tomb is not pegged to a stablecoin. It instead pegged to Fantom. Why is this? Tomb Finance believes in the potential of the Fantom Opera and has chosen to align its mission to both provide value and derive value from Fantom's future growth. In addition to existing and future use cases such as FTM Pad, Tomb aims to become the main medium of exchange on Fantom Opera. This will be achieved by providing a mirrored liquid asset to Fantom. One of the primary shortcomings of past algorithm stablecoins is the lack of use cases, having no good reason for someone to want to hold them. In order to successfully maintain the peg in the long run, Tomb team will maintain a focus of innovation around enhanced functionality and use cases. Now we're talking. That's what we are looking for. That's what we like. All right, let's head over to the actual platform and have a look. So right here is how you can provide liquidity. There's different ways. You could do it on Spooky Swap, or you can do it right here on the platform by clicking this liquidity button. And as you see here, this and Spooky Swap are the only ways to provide liquidity on the Tomb FTM pair without paying a tax. So Tomb FTM pair. So why is this going to bring a lot of people? Well, the very best yield that you can get on Fantom anywhere, right? A lot of people want to stake their Fantom. They don't want to have impermanent loss. They don't want to get into some other pools where something's going to disappear or like some stake thing's going to happen. They want to get their Fantom into a solid position and grow it. Single-sided pool would be great. However, a pool with Tomb FTM is basically like Fantom and Wrapped Fantom if you believe in the protocol, but because the fluctuations do happen, that's how we get paid. We want fluctuations, right? The best time to be getting paid is when Tomb is just a little bit over Fantom. So let's take a look at the three different things. So here's the home. And blockchain's a little busy right now because it's Halloween, and Halloween on Tomb is going crazy. They got lots going on, and if I start talking about that, then we're not going to be able to get into this. Look at the current price of T-bond is $1.52 if you can get your hands on them. T-share is at 246. Fantom $7,768. And you're like, well, that's really high. I wouldn't want to buy anything that's pumped, and I wouldn't recommend you did. However, I don't think there's going to be a pullback, but I don't think you should buy T-shares. I think you should earn T-shares. We'll go over that in 1 second. Tomb is at $1.27. So if you had held on the Tomb, bought it when it was 1-to-1, you're at $1.27 right now. A really good way to make money here. If you just say you just wanted to buy Tomb, every time Tomb is way above peg, sell it for Fantom. There you go. A great way to make some cash. And it's going to happen quite a bit. What would be really neat is we'd eventually get Tomb on, for me personally, onto a centralized exchange where I can trade it on a bot and start trading Tomb against Fantom. That will be super killer. So T-share here, like I said, that's the coin that should go crazy. Circulating supply is only 27,000. Total supply right now, 60 3,825 with a total max supply of 70,000 coins. That's nothing for this. And generally, when you're dealing with these type of projects, it is this T-share. It is that mechanism which sees the crazy moon boy stuff. But like I said, you could simply just earn T-share and sell it and not have to worry about that price at all, and be in probably the very best place to just simply, earn Fantom, right? So right here, you have the TOOM FTM LP. Deposit TOOM and FTM and earn T-share. Fantastic, right? So you take that T-share, you can sell it, you can put this TOOM FTM in there and go to town. Let's take a look at that. So with the TOOM FTM pair right now, it's at 1.14% a day. That changes, that fluctuates, but you can't get anywhere close to that with your just regular Fantom, now can you? Right? The best that you can probably find if you just want to stake Fantom single-sided in a safe place is about 70% APR. We're destroying that, right? 414% APR. That's not even talking about compounding, right? And this is where you add your LP coins, and then you get your T-shares. It pays you out in T-shares. Then you take your T-shares. This is the cemetery here. We have the cemetery and the masonry. The masonry is very simple. It is staking your T-shares, and then you earn more TOOM. Fantastic, right? So as you can see here, I have 194 TOOM to claim. Pretty damn awesome. Let's go ahead and claim that. And it just earns it, right? The T-shares they pump out and they sit here and earn TOOM for us. So we're claiming that TOOM. I've just claimed $648 worth of TOOM, 194 of those. And there we are now. It's claiming it. It's taking it. We'll sit there and wait for that to happen. And so it takes those TOOM, and then there's multiple different things that you can do with your TOOM, right? But first, let's finish up what we're talking about here. So we have this reward we just claimed, which is from our staked T-shares. You get your stakes, and this is the masonry. You get your staked T-share. You get T-shares from the cemetery. You can stake T-shares, FTM, and LPs and earn more T-shares and then stake those over there in the masonry, or you can stake TOOM FTM and get in that LP pool, just like we said, going over to Spooky and providing liquidity there, and that will pay you T-shares. And you could just sell your T-shares back into more Fantom, but clearly this is going to bring a lot of people earning this type of APR, earning this type of money straight on Fantom, and a coin pegged to Fantom. Your impermanent loss risk is nil. Certainly as long as you believe in the protocol. So we have here 488 FTM, or excuse me, 488 LP tokens, and that is worth about $4,220, and that pumps out the T-share. The T-share I put into the masonry, and then I earn TOOM with that. Now, what can you do with that outside of that? So let's go over to Grim first. Grim and Reaper are the two auto compounders that are, deserve any type of trust over here on Fantom. First and foremost is Reaper. Reaper is owned by Justin Beavis. This guy is killer. I love this guy. Currently, Fantom's at 263. Killer price, actually. You're not going to see that for long. Just to let you know, 263 is going to be a vision in the past. But especially with all the stuff that's being built and all the money. So I have over here, you can compound over here. And you simply add in your tokens and it auto compounds for you. You don't have to withdraw or do anything. I'm in the FTM T-share pool over here at Reaper, and it is simply compounding, and it only pumps out when the protocol is working. Like if the peg is in a situation where it's not paying, then obviously this is not going to be paying. But as long as TOOM is working and pumping out, this auto compounds for you, and it does it quite well. I really like it. And like I said, anytime you have a choice between like Grim or Reaper, you want to do Reaper first. It's far more trustworthy. It's it's got the team in my opinion, and then Grim is pretty trustworthy as well, but I put them in second place for sure. But they have they're a lot more aggressive, they do a lot more risky stuff, they don't vet stuff near as much, they don't look at the contracts near as well, but they are on the very cutting edge, and you can get into like all the weird pools like JetSwap and Scarecrow and all the Morpheus and all the high paying FTM stuff that's out there. These guys integrate that first. But what I wanted to show you is this right here. This was at 0.6 yesterday, it's at 0.5 today. It does fluctuate around, but you can take your tomb and single stake it over here. They're using Morpheus, but we're at Grim, and it will auto compound this for you on the regular, right? I can put my 214 tomb in here right now and add it to this 204 tomb that I have deposited, and it will just crank away. That would be a great way to go, but I'm actually planning to add all of my tomb and my Fantom to the pool, right? So let's go over to liquidity, and I actually prefer to do this on Spooky Swap. Start Halloween rave. Halloween, it should be big on it should of course be big over here, right? Okay, so we're gonna go over to liquidity. That's what we want to provide. We want to come over to the a Fantom tomb pool. So Fantom and tomb, we're going to max use as much Fantom as I can. I need to leave a little bit behind for some fees just in case. So let's just go for 95, which gives me 74 tomb, 95 FTM. Let's supply that. There we go. Let's see if this will work. Okay, I put in 90 Fantom and 70 tomb, and let's see if it'll let me supply it. Unable to provide tomb FTM using this. All right, well, the blockchain's being a little bit of a pain in the butt, but at the moment, probably not best to be doing this on Halloween day, right when everyone is super busy on Fantom and they got all their stuff blowing up. But you supply your tokens to the FTM LP pool, you grab those, you put them into the cemetery, into this FTM LP pool, and you can earn T-shares. T-shares, in my opinion, are going to super blow up. And if the price ever unpegs, okay, so what strategies can you implement, or what am I doing right now? Right now, I am in the FTM LP pool. I'm also over there on Reaper. I am putting funds into the FTM LP pool, earning T-shares, putting the T-shares into the masonry, and in the masonry, I put the T-shares I earn tomb. I take my tomb over to Grim, and I put it in the single-sided pool there. I let it collect, and then that's where I will withdraw from there and buy into different Fantom stuff that I want to get into. But right now, the best way to grow your Fantom on all of Fantom, in my opinion, and then the whole blockchain, is over here at Tomb Finance. So loving Tomb Finance, like the team, like everything going on here. I am planning to actually load a lot more into this, but I'm pretty loaded as it is. Anyway, that's all that. Appreciate you guys. If you're into Fantom, you like this type of content, leave me a like, a subscribe, all that. Say something cool down below. Come hang out on Telegram, and all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys. Catch you on the next one, and I am out.